Last time, we learned something surprising. Sound is a wave that travels through the air, which means it needs air to travel. So sound can never, ever cross empty space. But wait, every single day, the sun's light reaches us, and the sun is millions and millions of miles away, across nothing but empty space. So how does the light get across, if sound cannot? That is our mystery today. Here is the answer, and it is wonderful. Light is a wave too, just like sound, but it is the strangest wave of all, because it needs absolutely nothing to travel through. No air, no water, no rope. Nothing at all. So while sound stops the moment the air runs out, light just sails straight across the empty space, all the way from the sun to your eye. That is what makes light so special. Now, light is the fastest thing in the whole universe. Nothing can go quicker. But here is a secret that surprises everyone. Light is not instant. It does take a little time to travel. In fact, the sunlight warming your face right now left the sun 8 whole minutes ago. So when you look up at the sun, you are really seeing how it looked 8 minutes in the past. Fast, yes, but not magic. So light is a wave. And now that we know that, we can unwrap the loveliest secret of all. Color. Where do all the colors come from? Well, remember how sound had a pitch, high or low, depending on how long its waves were. Light is exactly the same. Every color is simply a light wave of a different length. Look, the long, lazy, stretched out waves, those are the ones your eyes see as red. The short, tight, bunched up waves, those you see as violet. And every other color, orange, yellow, green, blue, sits somewhere in between. That is the whole rainbow, just waves of different lengths. And here is the important part. How bright a light is means how much light there is. But its color is only about the length of the wave. Light does 2 more clever things, and you use both of them constantly. The first is that light bounces. When light hits something, it bounces off it, always leaving at the very same angle it arrived. And this is a huge deal, because that bounced light is the only reason you can see anything at all. Light from the sun or a lamp bounces off a chair, a tree, this hand, and into your eyes. A mirror is just a surface so smooth that it bounces the light back in one neat piece. And the second clever thing is that light bends. When light slips out of the air and into water, it changes its speed a little, and that makes it kink, right at the surface. Now, does this remind you of anything? Way back in our very first adventure, we saw a straw in a glass of water snapped clean in half. Well, here is the answer at last. The straw was never broken. The light coming from it simply bent as it left the water and fooled your eyes. Mystery solved. Look at everything you understand about light now. Light is a wave, but a wave so special it needs nothing at all to travel, so it can cross empty space. Its color is simply the length of the wave, red long, violet short, and it bounces off things so you can see them, and bends when it changes speed. You have caught the light. But wait, we just said light is a wave. A wave is always a wiggle in something. Sound is a wiggle in the air. An ocean wave is a wiggle in the water. So if light can cross totally empty space, with no air and no water, then what in the world is doing the wiggling? What is light actually a wave of? The answer is one of the most beautiful ideas in all of science, an invisible web that fills the whole universe. And that is exactly where we are going next. See you there.